What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Real Word Podcast, a place where real thoughts, real ideas, and real words come to life. I'm your host, Drew, coming from San Diego, California. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in, checking out the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit up all those links down below. It would really help out the channel. And now we can get into the episode. It is Monday morning around 6:30 in the morning, and it is August 10th, 2020. So welcome in. Hope you all had a good weekend. My weekend was not so good. It had its moments here and there, but it was a tough weekend, man. Just dealing with some mental health stuff. Yeah, it's just been a little rough. We'll get into everything in just a couple of moments. I have right here with me, I got the last of that bubble gum that I had from Ronin here. And then in the same jar, I got some new stuff, but I just used the same jar. I got that Farmer and the Felon Tropicana Punch, which didn't look too bad this time again. So just that one time, it did not look great, didn't taste great or anything like that. Then the second, and now this would be the third time I got the Tropicana Punch. It looks pretty good and stuff. I haven't smoked on it yet. Probably won't this morning. Probably just stick with that bubble gum. But we got that going as well. Just gonna have some flower to smoke. Speaking of flower, my grow is almost done. I mean, today is the 10th week for 2 of the plants, and you know they said on the website the autoflowers from seed to harvest in 10 weeks or whatever. So it's getting really close. I wouldn't say they're completely done quite yet. Give it another few days or so, and it should be good from there. I'm excited about it. Yeah, just lots of good stuff coming as far as that. The Amnesia hazes are super resinous, super sticky, smelling really nice. The blueberry is starting to like fill out real nice, and just be these real nice condensed tight little nugs and everything. So it's looking good, looking nice. I'm excited about it. And then the indoor ones are looking just crazy, man. Those ones are just probably close to 3 feet tall under the tent, and the bud structure on those ones are gonna just be insane. They're starting to fill out and get real nice and condensed and tight, kind of like the blueberry ones. But yeah, it should be interesting. I'm excited about it. The Northern Lights, the indoor ones, probably need another 2 weeks or so, maybe, because they were about a week behind. And if these ones, the outdoor ones, still aren't 100% done yet, then those ones probably won't be done for another 2 weeks as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited though. I can't wait. I'm expecting to have, you know, smokable stuff by the holiday time, man. It's like, let it dry, cure up the rest of August, September. I'll probably take October off doing the sober October thing, and then boom, November should have nice, good stuff. And then within that time, hopefully I'll have another, you know, crop starting as well. I mean, I will have 2 clones going, so I don't know how long I'll keep those going until I start switching them over to flower mode. But that's what's going on. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get the plants going, even if it's not a lot, even if it's just a few ounces per all plants, you know, even if it's like, you know, if we get like an ounce or 2 from the outdoor ones, and then, you know, a couple ounces, few ounces from the indoor one, I'll be excited about that. Like, that just means that's less that I have to spend on, you know, at the dispensary, and just having my own stuff, and knowing where it came from, knowing the nutrients I put into it, knowing the soil that I put into it, and all of that. I think it's worth it, even if it's not as big as a yield that I thought it was gonna be, you know. But I know now, just, you know, I don't mind the outdoor. I like the outdoor. That's pretty cool. But if you want a bigger yield from what it's looking like, definitely do it indoor and control the light and make sure it's getting enough light all the time. So that's what can be done if I really want like a bigger yield and everything, you know. But we're just grinding up some of this bubble gum and we'll get this morning started. Man, it's hot this morning. It's like kind of muggy. I'm starting to feel like a little sweat coming on, and I haven't even smoked or anything yet, so a little warm this morning. Oh, that smells good. Sweet smell. Sweet smell. Good stuff. Let's get into this bubblegum, and then yeah, we'll get into this weekend recap. Let you know what's been going on with me, my mental health, and yeah, just some, and then like one or two other stories as well. Got to talk about the Padres, definitely. They had a little 3-game series against the Diamondbacks starting on Friday. So that took them this entire weekend, so that was fun. But yeah, we'll get into everything in just a minute. Let's get into this though. Cheers, everybody. Clean glass, clean water. Got my coffee here, so we're all set, geared up, ready to go. Cheers. All right. So let's just get into this. Me and my brother wanted to take my dad out for his birthday, so we took him for a round of golf at the executive course just right down the street from us. And we went to the driving range a little bit before so we can get a little warmed up and just kind of, you know, get warmed up and get some sort of practice in. Since we don't go golfing too often or anything like that, we just always suck when we get on the course, and, you know, just thought maybe getting some practice in would help us. It didn't. We still didn't play very well, but it's still fun. It's still a good bonding time and all of that. But anyway, let's get into this. So we were playing, I don't remember exactly what hole it was on. Probably like the 8th or the 9th or something like that. Getting towards the back end of the first half, I think, because yeah. So anyway, we were all kind of just hanging out, doing our thing, playing the game, just playing the course and everything. And then, I don't know, I just made a joke to my brother about something, and I clearly was joking, and I said I was joking, and he just took it wrong or whatever, and then it just kind of started this spiral out of control argument that we couldn't get out of. And, you know, like I said, we were only on probably like the 8th or 9th hole, and I got so upset, so frustrated, so angry, just all sorts of emotions. And I just stopped playing. I wanted to stop talking. I wanted to like remove myself from the situation because I didn't want to keep arguing. But he kept it going. He like kept bringing stuff up. And then if he keeps bringing stuff up, then I'm gonna retaliate and I'm gonna start popping off at the mouth and stuff, you know. So, or I'm not gonna just sit back and just take lies and like false information and stuff, you know. So it's like then it just got worse and worse and worse, and it's just really frustrating, and it just like eats me up because it's like I was doing a joke, you know, and I don't care if it's offensive to you or what. It's like don't restrict comedy. I clearly said it was a joke. That was my intention. It was not to start anything other than just to have some fun. We were having a good time, you know? And I just made a joke, and then it just caused problems. And again, I don't really care if it was offensive, you know what I mean? Because it's like my intention was not that. My intention was a joke. And that's just it just sucks because it's like then it just causes all these other things, and it's like everybody else seems like they can just go on with their life, go their separate ways, and then be fine, like just move on with it. Like, you know, I don't know if that's the case with how other people operate and stuff, but it just seems like everybody's just always fine. But for me, then I, you know, go home and just fucking stir on it and just can't get it out of my head, and then I just think awful thoughts, and it's like, why am I even here? And like, you know, just all of these crazy thoughts just start coming to my head just because of like this stupid argument. And it's like it all just started because of a joke, and it's like it's just really frustrating, and it's just sad because it's like we were supposed to be having a good time hanging out with my dad, and of course I ruined the vibe, ruined the mood, everything. And I just, you know, I tried to be quiet. I really did. And then I just kept getting asked questions or kept getting talked to. And it's like, I tried not playing. I tried to be quiet. And then there's only so much I can take of just someone just false information or, you know, just lies. You know, I can't do it. So then I speak up, and then it causes problems. So it's really sad. It's really unfortunate. And then, you know, this led me to, like, we're supposed to be going this coming weekend to Lake Arrowhead with family and stuff. Like, me, my brother, his girlfriend, my mom's sister, and cousin and stuff. We're all supposed to be going. And I told my mom, like, I'm sorry, but it's best if I don't go. Like, I don't want. We as a family can't get together like that. It's like, it's sad and it's unfortunate, but I think too radically or whatever for them. And like I said, I'm not just going to sit around and deal with false information and lies. It's like, I want truth, I want facts, and you know, and that goes with anybody. So it's like, I don't want to put anybody in that position where they feel uncomfortable. So it's like, it's best if I don't go, if I don't put myself in that position to be able to disrupt anything. And then that sucks because then I'm isolating myself and, you know, not having that connection with family and that bonding time like it was intended for. I never really get to go away and do things. It's really rare that I do, but this is the reason why. It's like I don't know what to do, you know? It's sad. It makes me sad. It just breaks my heart. It's like it kills me. And then because of this, I started slipping in other aspects too. And like, I'm not supposed to talk about it because I don't want to hurt that person. But it's like, I fuck up in that situation too. And it's like this, you know, this domino effect where it's like one thing affects the other, which then affects another, which then affects the next thing. So it's like I try to, have progression and try to do these things to help myself, but then it just slips back, and when it slips back, it's like I'm back at ground zero, just back at step one. Here we go again. Just time to just make these changes, try to be better. And I do it every day, but I don't know, man. There's just a lot. Like I said, I just argue with everybody. And even more so with those closest to me, because I can be more comfortable with them, and I can let my guard down and kind of show them my true self, I guess. I mean, like I said, this is my true self, but I'm not interacting when I'm like super angry and out of control, because this happens first thing in the morning, and I'm not that way first thing in the morning. It happens after I don't have anything to do, after the video, and then once I don't have anything else going on, then I get really irrational and don't know what to do and lonely, and my mind just goes crazy, and the motivation the motivation has gone away, the discipline just gone, and like this is the only thing that I really do consistently, is just try and keep this content going, keep this somewhat on a schedule or whatever. But yeah, man, it's just really tough. It's sad. Like, I don't want to have to isolate myself and, remove myself from these situations with family and stuff, but it's probably what's best. I mean, Mother's Day, my birthday, now this celebration that we were supposed to do for my dad and his birthday have all been ruined. And this is just like this year, this has always been a thing with me in the past. So it's nothing new, but it seems to have been heightened lately. Just becoming more aware of things. And once you become more aware of things, it's like, it's almost like, damn, the truth hurts type of thing. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like once I became more or actually aware of what it is, the BPD, that whole thing, the whole actual mental health part of what I feel like I identified with. Once I really like put my finger on that, things became really heightened, and it's been a real struggle ever since, and that's coming up on 2 years now of just this constant heightened like emotions, like this awareness of it, and it's exhausting. It's like I'm always viewing it through that lens now, you know what I mean? And that's probably not a good thing to do, but it makes things make sense. Like, why do I think this way? And then people can just like say, oh, just change the way you think, or you have the power and all of that. And I mean, I guess it's true, but I don't know how. I try those things that they say. Like, I don't necessarily know how to just change my thoughts when they're racing and I'm in this sort of blackout mode where I have like no self-control. Like, how do you just change your thoughts? Like, that just doesn't work for me. I don't know what that is. Like, what do you mean just think about something? I do think about something different. It doesn't change the way I'm reacting and my actions towards things, So I'm just like wired differently, and it's just really frustrating when people say, "Oh, just do this or just do that," or they criticize me, and it's fine. It's like I understand it; they have every right to, but it's like I'm not normal when it comes to how like my brain is wired or something. I don't know what it is, but it's frustrating and it's sad. And yeah, like I said, it's just been falling apart. Like this weekend was really tough. Saturday evening, and when that whole situation went down, just kills me, man. It breaks my heart, and it's like I've barely been eating. Like I said, I don't really exercise anymore. That's been, tough. I've done a couple wrestling things with my dad over the last week and a half or so now, but that's it. Like I was running and stuff for a while, and then we were doing the boxing thing, and just all of that has just gone away, and it's just this is just it's man, it's sad, man. I'm telling you. Like it just kills me. It really does. Just the way I am, the way I react to things, the way I make situations. It's like it's not okay for the people who I involve, but I don't know how to make those changes. And it's like I feel everything I can to try and get better, go to therapy or, have a therapist and, try and have a schedule, but if no one keeps me and holds me accountable, I don't really know how to do that. Um, I don't really want to comply with wearing a mask, so getting a job is like out of the question right now. Going out in public is basically out of question right now. So it's like, what do you do? it's it's crazy. It's like I don't see too many people too often, and yeah, I don't know what to do, man. It's getting rough, that's for sure. But when hasn't it been rough? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah. It just sucks that, we're supposed to go to vacation this weekend. And I just know that I'm not going to go because I just do not. We probably wouldn't even make it the car ride without me starting something. I don't know, man. It's tough though. It's tough. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I do have an appointment Thursday, so maybe I can talk to my therapist about what he thinks I should do. If he thinks I should remove myself from the situation or go or what. I mean, I know eventually it's, up to me. He can't tell me what to do. That's not a therapist's job, but he can point out maybe certain suggestions or, certain things that maybe I hadn't thought of or whatever. So run it by him and just kind of see what's up. But I don't know, man. I doubt that I'm going to be going. So we'll see. We shall see. Let's get into this next snap and let's move on to something a little bit lighter. What are we gonna talk about next? Okay, yeah. So we'll get into some Padres stuff, and then after that, we'll get into the last little bit. So that was the main bulk of everything. Was just updating you guys on what's going on with me, my mental health, the weekend. Like I said, this was kind of not a good weekend. There was kind of a lot that happened that impacted me mentally and all of that. So that was kind of the bulk of everything. And then, we have the Padres games that were this weekend as well. So we'll get into that right now and hopefully lighten this up a little bit. But that was a little heavy, Yeah, and I already talked about that. That was Saturday afternoon when we took my dad out for golf. So we already talked about that. So yeah, we'll talk about Padres and then get into some of this Trump information. There's some stuff that was happening right here locally. And yeah, let's get into this snap. Cheers. This bubblegum snap. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Speaking about good stuff, the Padres. Well, Fernando Tatis Jr. Jeez, man. Kid is something else. It's exciting to watch him for the San Diego Padres, man. 21 years old, just killing it. He just played in a 100th game, major league game, yesterday. And if you looked at some of his numbers compared to some of the some of the greats, I guess, who are considered in today's league, he's up there with them out of that 100-game sample size. It's he's really exciting to watch. The Padres, what are they, 9-7 now? Because they were 8-7 yesterday, and that was a big game. So yeah, they're 9-7 now. They won yesterday. They ended up winning 9-5. That was the afternoon 1:10 start, which was pretty cool. They still put cutouts of military members in their military section at Petco Park. So that was pretty cool. You saw, normally they have the recruits come in and fill out that top right section in the outfield. And I've been to plenty of games there with the recruits there and everything. And from my understanding, the Padres was the first team to implement the Military Sunday thing. And now I believe more teams have kind of taken hold of that and have implemented a similar type of thing, Military Sunday thing. Their camo jerseys always look good. And it was cool to just kind of see them, pay their respect to that section because, it sucks for those recruits that, can't come see the games this season and everything, but this whole year has been crazy. Nothing is normal. So it was cool that they were able to still have it represented and show their respect. So that was pretty cool. Man, Dinelson Lamet, man, that kid is on fire. He is a great pitcher as well. 2 games in a row where it's like, man, he could throw a no-hitter, man. He got somewhat deep into some games and with no-hit stuff. And yeah, it was exciting to watch. They ended up giving up like 4 runs in the 9th or something like that. And it ended up, 9-5. It never felt that close. The Padres were just bombing them out pretty early. Machado hit 2 home runs on Sunday, finally getting some offense in. It's been a slow start for him, but he's from my understanding, he usually starts slow. Excuse me, by the way. But and it is frustrating when, he has that big contract and everything like that. And it's such a slow start for him offensively. But it's not like he's not making contact with the ball. It's just like he's hitting it at the wrong spots, or people are playing it perfectly, you know what I mean? So it's like once he gets going, he'll get it going for sure. I'm not worried about it, but it is a little frustrating to see, but luckily I can't do that. Luckily the Padres have, that young talent, that heart, that drive to like not give up, and they keep fighting, so even if Machado's struggling to start, the rest of the team is kind of picking it up. So it's cool to see. And how about Fernando Tatis Jr.? Like I said, that kid is just crazy. He started Friday and Saturday. I believe Friday was the first pitch, just home run, just first pitch he saw, just out of here. Leadoff batter, first pitch of the game, just gone. And I think he hit I don't think it was the first pitch, but it was the first at bat Saturday as well. Started out with back to back, and it's really interesting. I saw this stat, or this little fun fact thing, that last year on the 7th and 8th of August, Fernando Tatis Jr. hit home runs to lead off and open the game. And then fast forward to this year, the 7th and 8th, he did the same thing. Just pretty funny, pretty interesting. Just weird how, things like that kind of work themselves out. But yeah, man, the Padres, they won on Friday 3-0. They ended up losing on Saturday 3-2. Again, a close game, one that they should have had. But then they came back, had that offense on Sunday, and won 9-5. And now they head to LA and face the Dodgers. It's kind of a good thing that their bats started heating up, started getting some offense in. Hopefully that momentum carries over into LA, and their bats kind of stay hot, and just that offense continues rolling, and just need that pitching to be strong. So big series coming up here in LA for the Padres, and that starts this evening, I believe. So I will be looking out for that. Yeah, definitely starts tonight, because they said the other day that the Padres don't have another off day for like 17 days or something like that. So pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And now they have like a 3-team road trip. I forget exactly where they're going. LA. Are they going to Arizona and then Texas, or Texas then Arizona? It might be something like that, but I am excited. The Padre, this is a big series against LA, and yeah, well, it'll be interesting to kind of see where they stand in LA, It should be a little bit easier with no crowd and everything like that, but we'll see where the Padres stand when they play the Dodgers this series. It'll be interesting. So I think that's kind of all there is on the Padres. Man, like I said on yesterday, the bats were going. People were just hitting, no doubt, home runs. It was exciting to watch. I think Will Myers, Ty France, Francisco Mejia, Manny Machado twice. Did Tatis get one yesterday? I don't know, but like 5 or 6 people. I think they had 6 home runs with 5 people, because Machado hit 2. So, a good chunk of players got some offense in, and that's cool to see. Spread it all across the lineup, It's what they need. That is what they need. But this is a big series coming up. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So, what else has been going on? I said I wanted to talk about this Trump stuff, and it's just pretty funny because there is this Trump stand like literally right down the street from me. Like walk a minute, walk out my door, walk a minute. Is still like within this community, and literally just right past the stop sign. And there's this person who set up a Trump stand selling like Trump gear or whatever. And my dad, I guess, went and talked to him at one point over the last couple of days, and he said that the lady said, she's 100% legit, has permits, and all of that is approved by the city, et cetera, et cetera. So all good. I wasn't sure if it was like legit or not. Like, not that I really care, but I was just wondering. But it's just funny that, there's this Trump stand just right here. And it started to attract, some sort of like protest the last handful of days, 3-something days. I think Saturday was kind of the biggest. I don't know, maybe yesterday was. Or maybe they've just all been kind of about the same each time, but a handful of people will show up, maybe like 10, 12 people on the Trump side, and then maybe like 4 or 5 on the anti-Trump side or whatever. And then throughout the day, they'll kind of, dwindle down, come back, and dwindle down, come back. So it's been kind of funny to see. I just don't have that confrontation personality, so I want to go interview people. I want to go ask questions and stuff and get content, but it's like, I'm nervous about that type of stuff. Just walking up to somebody and starting a conversation, like, that's something I need to get over, but we'll see what happens. Like, it'd be cool if someone came with me, but it is what it is. I'll figure it out. Like, if it still is happening, I'll definitely have to go check it out. So it was funny because on Saturday when we were driving past them, some of the anti-Trump people or whatever had a sign that said he's guilty or something like that. And then we were driving by and I said, guilty of what? And then she said, of being and then didn't finish the sentence. I mean, granted, we were driving away, but it's like, I could still hear you. At least finish the sentence. Tell me what he's guilty of so I can go look it up. But it was funny. She's like, of being I was like, I couldn't finish the sentence. You couldn't think of anything. Guilty of nothing. It was just funny. But yeah, guilty of being and then just nothing. I mean, we were driving, but it was like, I could still hear. So, I don't know. It was funny. Like I said, maybe go talk to these people and both sides and see why they're here, what they stand for, and why their signs are that, and all of that. So, I want to, but like I said, I don't have that, like, just walk up to somebody type of personality, man. I just don't. That's really hard for me to do. But it's just funny that it's like literally right down the street, not even a minute and a half walk away. Just right there. Just right there. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. But okay, so this next Trump thing, this is actually like something that he did. And we'll kind of get into a lot of this or whatever. My thoughts on this and just all sorts of this. So let's go. This says Trump on Saturday signed a memorandum that is supposed to provide $400 a week for additional unemployment insurance benefits, down from the $600 benefit that expired July 31st. An executive order would extend a Oh man, my throat. An executive order would extend a moratorium on evictions in addition to to memoranda that would provide deferments for student loan payments and create payroll tax holiday for those making less than $100,000 annually. It remains unclear what legal authority Trump has to enforce the action. Trump called the $400 unemployment benefit, which Democrats had insisted remaining at $600, quote unquote, generous. When asked about the decrease being a quote unquote hardship for many, he pushed back. Quote, well, no, this is not a hardship. This is the money they need, he said. Quote, this is the money they want, and this is well, no, this is not a hardship. This is the money they need, he said. This is the money they want, and this gives them a great incentive to go back to work. So this is much more than what was originally agreed. The 600 was a number that was there, and as you know, there was difficulty with the 600 number because it really was a disincentive. So my opinion on that. Okay, hold on. Actually, asked about the payroll tax holiday, which was opposed by both Democrats and Republicans, and doesn't help the unemployed, Trump said. It helps people greatly. It helps our country get back, and anybody that would say anything different, I think, is very foolish. Everybody wanted it, by the way. The Democrats want it. The Republicans want it. They just couldn't get it. They just couldn't come to an agreement, but everybody wants it. And the very important thing is the people want it and the people need it, actually. Trump said he had intervened in negotiations in part because Democrats had padded their bill with provisions that had nothing to do with the coronavirus. So again, my thoughts on all of this. So it's like some people, it said right there that like are calling into question of the legality of him making this the $400 versus the $600, and the legality aside, okay, whatever. Like an executive order, from my understanding, is like you can bypass a lot of stuff, and I don't know, man. I just don't know all the ins and outs of all of that, but for me, it's like, okay, didn't people want an extension? Didn't people want additional money? And it's like, if you're on unemployment, though, that $600 was going to be taken away. This is at least an additional 400 on top of your unemployment, from my understanding. So that's better than nothing, right? And it's like, I think everybody's all mad because he just decided to do this to get people more money, and the parties couldn't block him or stop him in the process through the courts and through the laws, through the bills and all of that, and then be able to put blame on him that he hasn't provided additional funds and all of that. So now he's bypassing all of that and providing additional funds for people, and they're mad about it, even though that's kind of what everybody's been calling for. So to me, it just sounds like a big game, and like I just don't understand. It's like the legality of it, I understand. Like whether it's like even legal that we can just be doing this and printing money and just giving people money, like can't is that legal? But we bailed out so many people and so many businesses in the past, so I guess, but I don't know, I don't know all the ins and outs of these things. But I do find it like interesting that like why are they mad that he's giving people more money? Is it because they couldn't block it and be like, "Hey, he's not providing people more money." And now he is. So it's crazy, man. It really is crazy to me. Um, for me, it's like that affects me. Like I said, I'm not going to comply with wearing a mask, and I know like most jobs make you wear a mask and stuff. So I don't really, I don't know what to do with all of that. Like, this is what I want to do. I don't know what I can do to gain income, but, this is what I want to do. So I don't really know, but it's like, so right now, yeah, I'll be taking less money and all of this has affected me and has benefited me in a way. Like, there were some people making way more money on this unemployment than they were at their full-time job, and that's not right. And I was one of those people, so it's like I understand how that's not okay, because it does give you like, why would you want to go back to work? You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to do that? For me, it's a whole other set of things. This is mental health stuff and not wanting to wear a mask, and there's just a whole other list of reasons why, like, I hadn't had a job since before all of this, you know what I mean? So I've been dealing with this for quite a while. So yeah, getting this unemployment and having this pandemic happen, it's like it's been very beneficial for me. I've been utilizing it to, pay off some of my debt and invest in certain things for myself, and not just blowing it on just random stuff, you know what I mean? So it's definitely been beneficial, and I can understand why Trump is saying like it's too much money because people are making more and they just want to sit at home. And it's like, I understand that because I've been in that position, and it's like having less is going to affect me, but it makes me be like, okay, now I got to focus on, really hustling and really making this income come in and figuring it out, because, I don't want to rely on the government like that. But it's like I'm just playing the game right now, just like just like you have to, And yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I put in my work, and I'm, so I don't feel guilty about taking what I feel they have taken from me over the last, so many years from taxes and from, from my paycheck and all of that. So that's kind of where I see it, I think it's a good thing. There is at least some sort of extension coming. And I just feel like the Democrats and everything are mad because they couldn't block it and then blame him for not providing additional funds. That's what I think it all is. But, I could be wrong. And he could be doing some sort of evil intention by giving people more money. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me, but seems like he's just trying to help people. But again, I could be wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm open to seeing what's up. I just want the truth, just like I always say. Let's get into this snap. Cheers, everybody. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the channel. Hopefully me and Zach get back to some sort of schedule. I know he had some personal stuff going on last week, so we weren't able to get an episode in. Haven't really found out exactly what's been going on with him. I just hope everything's going good. So we'll see. Not sure if we're going to be doing the episode tomorrow or not. I will be still doing Tuesday morning tokes, so tune into that for sure. Eventually, I got to figure out how to do that live streaming. I would like to do that one live. That'd be pretty cool. Check out Cult of Gaming. I will maybe try and be doing that a little bit more. Definitely on Thursdays. We'll see if we can integrate Isaiah into the channel that way. And Drew and Chase side by side. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna go on with that. Just due to everything going on with our personal relationship right now. So I don't know. But go check out at _No World Order podcast on Instagram. Go give that a follow. And yeah, make sure to hit up all the links down below. It would really help us out. And I think that is gonna do it. Again, tune in tomorrow for Tuesday morning tokes. And I will be back on Wednesday for the Real Word podcast. And until next time, everybody, peace.